Happy Saturday. Today is August 1st, the 31st week of 2020, and it has been a week of ups and downs. It's been, there's been some challenges this week. On Sunday, we had our last check-in at our vacation rental place. That's the day that Ben headed away to camp for the week. He's back since then, and he had a great time. He really enjoyed camp there. Oh, before I go too far, we need to do the word of the week. The word of the week I mentioned in the first vlog of the year. I mentioned that I was going to talk about the word drip. Drip is a word that, if I understand this correctly, Brian tried to explain it to me and then I looked it up online. It's a word that's a lot like, in my teenage years, we had the term bling. So if somebody had a whole lot of jewelry and flashy stuff, that was bling that they had on. Drip is similar to that, but it's not connected to specifically jewelry. Well, it started off being specifically connected to jewelry and things because it started off being in your bling, you had diamonds, and diamonds also called ice. And if you were hot and you had diamonds on and they were ice, then ice would drip. Right? I don't know. But that's where drip came from. On Monday, over my morning coffee on YouTube, I stumbled across a video that was just titled, let's see, I've got it here, An Old Man's Advice. It was by a guy named Bernard Albertson. It was a couple of years old, I think. Yeah, it's 5 years old, actually. It was just really, it was the type of message that I just really needed to hear that day. I was feeling kind of down, kind of sad about some things going on with the wrapping up the vacation rental place and, you know, moving in a different direction with that and other things. And to come across this neat old guy who just, you know, again, it was old man's advice is what it was labeled as. And he just had some stuff in there that was reminded me of my grandpa, reminded me of some of the simpler, more important things in life that we tend to lose track of sometimes. I really enjoyed it a lot. Oh, I sent it to a friend of mine that I thought might like it. And he, reading through the comments, realized that this guy had just recently passed away this summer. So that made it also bittersweet. He was in his 80s. He's just the kind of guy that after you watch the video of him, you just wish you could sit down and ask him questions and just listen to anything he had to say, because he was so simple and kind and yet direct and helpful with his advice about life. So I'll put a link to this particular message here in the thing description. Doobly-doo. Also on Monday evening, Jill and I got curious if there was any way to watch some of the old TV shows that we remember watching as kids. Actually, it started by wondering if there was a way to watch like the old All in the Family with Archie Bunker and that sort of thing. And what I really wanted to do was kind of watch old television, both because it's nostalgic and fun and there's some, you know, a lot of neat dated sitcom type stuff out there, but I also kind of wanted to look at it as sort of a historical glimpse into what society found as entertainment back then. Archie Bunker was a character that really rode the line. He was obviously very much a racist character, but you laughed at because you realized how ridiculously stupid he was. At least that's my take on it from what I remember. And I think that's why that humor from that show, All in the Family, why it was groundbreaking, is because it was a caricature of an ignorant racist person. It had contrasting characters in there, like Rob Reiner's character. He was, acting in that show before he was directing, and later on, or maybe he was directing at the same time, I don't know. But Rob Reiner in that show, he's constantly talking to Archie, saying, Archie, you can't be that way. You can't do that you can't say those things. It's wrong. I think it was groundbreaking in that way because it really helped people to laugh at, but also confront atrocities in the way that people were treating other people. Tuesday was the 28th. I worked that day. It was a pretty busy day. I did a demonstration of a tool that we use in our work. I was able to tag team with my manager and teammate, John. The tool is Unified Functional Tester. I'm only mentioning that because sometime 20, 30 years from now, I might have forgotten what tool I was used so much back then because it'll probably be, replaced by something else as time goes by. That's the way things go. Ben received some sad news this week that his Health Sciences Academy that he was so much looking forward to being a part of, it was canceled for this semester. So it may take place the following semester. Just depends on how things go. Obviously with the climate of things with COVID and whatnot, they couldn't make it work. He's been talking since he was, 6, 7 years old that he wanted to go into medicine. Specifically, he says he wants to be a surgeon. And so we really want to help him find things like this that will help him have a glimpse into what various areas of medicine are about and whether or not he feels like he really fits into that when he sees and has a taste of it. But I'd hate for him to get, many, many years into his education on that to only realize it's not something that's for him. But that was sad for Ben. But Ben is a very silver linings kid. He looks at it and he immediately goes and says, well, I'm really looking forward to seeing my friends at school and being able to do that sort of thing. So Ben is Ben. He's happy to find the happy side of things, and he's always been that way. He's not really a person that has ever dwelled on the negative of a particular circumstance or situation. Curiosity this week has been the wisdom that I mentioned of Mr. Albertson, Bernard there. I also put together a playlist that I shared with some people of some of my favorite videos. Actually that playlist is on this channel, on the Average Joe channel here. The playlist is, I think I labeled it Centenarians, but it's people that are 100 years or older mostly, and the wisdom that they have in their lives. And specifically, I have clued in on some videos of people that are joyful and they've maintained being joyful of time, and they have things to teach us. If they can remain joyful, the things I've seen in my lifetime, the things you've seen in your lifetime and will see in your lifetime, there's more than enough out there that we could end up bitter. If have lived very long, you've probably already fought off or are fighting off something that could turn you bitter if you chose to. These people in these interviews that I've compiled in the playlist on Centenarian, they have stayed joyful, and I want to watch those videos over and over again to learn from them and to enjoy that. Thursday had my very first staycation day, and I chose to do absolutely nothing. I slept in, I relaxed, took a day to just chill, and even though we've got a ton of work that needs to get done over at the vacation rental place, we've got a whole week to get it done, and we're not doing it alone, so I just enjoyed relaxing. Yesterday I did pretty much the same thing. I got some things done around the house, got some organizing done in our garage here because we're going to need to move some of the stuff from that place into the garage at this place. So yeah, what else did I do yesterday? Jill and I just enjoyed kind of just a sort of a date night, just staying at home last night. Ben had just gotten home from camp yesterday at like 1 o'clock or so. So Jill and I just hung out at home, enjoyed that. And that brings us up to Saturday, today. So I got out and I mowed the whole lawn, and I got over 10,000 steps already today. Another great Saturday for getting exercise. Probably gonna go over to the vacation rental place, which used to be the house that we lived in. We're gonna walk through there and do a little video with the boys. We're gonna just walk through the house and just talk about, probably use the 360 camera here, and go through and just talk about what we remember about the place, what we enjoyed most, what it was like. Because when we moved into that place, Zachary was 10 years old, and I've probably already mentioned this, but Zachary was 10 years old and he told everybody that we bought a pool with a house. So if Zach was 10, then Brian would have been 7-ish and Ben would have been 4-ish. They've got some great memories of that time period, and I'll dig up some pictures too to share of when they were first all excited about the swimming pool and the house. And I think that's it for the week. We really had a not so busy week, but this next week it's going to be pretty busy with just getting things all sorted out with the vacation rental place, so it's ready to be empty and hand over. And we're going to do our best to have some fun there too. So it's been a great week. We'll see you next week.